Kendall Square is the densest square mile of innovation and entrepreneurship on the planet.
We are at the heart of Massachusetts, which has the highest venture capital investment of any state or country in the world. We have the most dense cluster of startups in the United States and in the world. We sit next to MIT, which is considered by many the world's leading science and technology institution. These ideas flow out of MIT and Harvard, and an entrepreneur takes the idea, rents some office space in Kendall Square, and turns that into the next light bulb or the next telephone.
So the idea is, well, how do we help foster, how do we help support the entrepreneurial ecosystem that we have here in the city? So I brought together a group of well-respected people from across the community.
And we're kicking around ideas, and Bill Aulet says, well, why don't we do a Walk of Fame? They do it in Hollywood. Why don't we show that, these, who these terrific people are and what they've done in entrepreneurship? And it was a moment where we all looked at each other and said, that's a great idea.
We celebrate our great athletes. We retire Larry Bird's number, we retire Ted Williams' number. We celebrate movie stars. Well, someplace we've got to celebrate entrepreneurs. This is the Hall of Fame for entrepreneurs. This is the best of the best.
An entrepreneur is someone who takes an idea and turns it into reality.
An entrepreneur is constructively dissatisfied. They see the world and they see the world as an imperfect place. They want to change it, and that's how they see their job and their work, to change the world.
There are so many people that struggle to understand how our own economy as a nation is going to get back on a good path. And to me, the answer is very simple. We're going to continue to innovate. We're going to continue to create exciting new companies with exciting new ideas and technologies.
No matter what problem you look at in the world today, whether it is energy or climate or education or food or water scarcity or simply expanding what it means to be human, we look to entrepreneurs to take these ideas and make them practical.
The Entrepreneur Walk of Fame is similar to what you would think of as a Walk of Fame from Hollywood. It's starting out this year as 7 stars, recognizing the accomplishments of great entrepreneurs.
So we're looking this year just at the US entrepreneurs, and we were looking at the entrepreneurs who had the biggest impact on the economy, people whose businesses actually had an innovative component, people who actually ran those businesses. We challenged ourselves to look only for entrepreneurs who created at least $1 billion of value.
In building the Entrepreneurs Walk of Fame, we're hoping that it inspires the next generation of entrepreneurs. That the best and the brightest will not go to MIT or Harvard and then go to work on Wall Street, but rather that they will head out to build the great new companies of the future.
The Entrepreneur Walk of Fame is about celebrating these iconic individuals who really have changed the world, not just through their technology, but by being entrepreneurs who were role models to other people. And they have great stories behind them, and those stories would inspire future people to take the risks, to work hard, to see the potential of changing the world.
So the first class of nominees for the Entrepreneurs Walk of Fame were particularly important. We intend to continue to honor entrepreneurs, but the first year had to be entrepreneurs who were incontrovertibly great, who were kind of civilizational in the scale of their impact. Edison is the patron saint of American entrepreneurs. It's Edison who lit up the cities of the American West and New York and eventually the entire world. And he did so by understanding that all his ideas of electricity and the ideas he borrowed from other people had to be commercialized in the context of the marketplace.
So Steve Jobs is on the Entrepreneurs Walk of Fame because he embodies the reinvention of the entrepreneur. Many entrepreneurs will succeed and then fail, and then succeed and fail again, and then succeed. Henry Ford, in fact, failed twice in business before he built Ford Motor Company. And if you look at Steve Jobs, he famously built Apple, was thrown out of Apple, disappeared into the desert, and then came back to great acclaim. And I would say that what we're seeing now with Apple is one of the greatest business stories in the last 100 years of America.
Bob Swanson created the first factory for large molecule drugs. And it began with simple things like human insulin and growth factor, but now the creation of drugs in a factory-like way has changed the world. And it's done so by solving therapeutic problems we never thought we could solve. So diseases that inevitably killed people 30 years ago, various forms of breast cancer can now easily be treated. And that was Bob Swanson's legacy.
Hewlett-Packard, to a lot of us, seems like one word, and they were a pair, and we had a hard time trying to figure out how to separate the contributions. And so one of the rules we actually made for ourselves on the fly was when there was a team, we were going to think of them as a unit. And I like that because I spent a lot of time in my own work thinking about teams and how do you get people to sacrifice the I for the we, and how do you get people to pull together, get all the oars in the boat going in the same direction. And they seem like a tremendous example of that collaboration.
Mitch Kapor was absolutely transformative for Kendall Square and our generation. I mean, before that, you had business people represented by IBM, where I actually worked at the time. It was white shirts, blue suits, 42 long, and red ties. And Mitch Kapor was came along, and here was this super cool guy who was a transcendental meditation teacher, a disc jockey. He's just a forward-thinking guy who wasn't wearing a 42 long suit and a white shirt. And he created a fantastic product and built a tremendous company. It wasn't about pure capitalism. It was about, hey, we're going to change the world.
Bill Gates is remarkable in that after having created Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Microsoft Windows, some of the icons that we've all grown up with that shape our work lives, he took what he earned from all of that and turned around and founded the Gates Foundation, where he's trying to take the same skills he has as an entrepreneur in business and apply those to some of the toughest problems facing humanity. So he is a real inspiration to us, both because of how, in such a hands-on way, he built the company he built, shaping every feature of every product, to his giving us an example about how an entrepreneur who's been that successful can then apply those skills to making our societies better.
They created new industries where no one had gone before. They changed the culture of entrepreneurship, and that's really what this is all about. We want men and women who take the risk, that work very hard, and that put themselves on the line, and they excel in that moment that they need to. They seize the moment, and they leave a trail behind them that so many other people can follow. And that's what this is all about. That's what the Entrepreneur Walk of Fame is all about.